I've got a beautiful one for you today. This is from the calendar when I worked as a substitute. Excuse me, custodian. I said, why throw such a nice... This is knowledge, this is wisdom. Why throw it away? Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead. I loved Margaret Mead. I read her book about coming of age in Samoa, and all the women were, the older ones were all your mom. And the men, what was strange about them? If they could only go once at night, and that means with sexual intercourse, then they were considered an old man. 3 times was the norm. I think that those teenagers had more fun than any other teenagers in the world, except those that practiced the same as them. They were teenagers, but they were instantly welcomed into the adults' world. I don't remember that there was a ceremony. Oh, now you're a teenager. No, it was automatic. You go with the men. I believe the men might have a men's group. Not that they went to church or something, but they might have a council meeting or something. And I think they were fishermen. So the men, they had their roles instantly done for them. And the women were instantly what? Moms, or it was just a different world. They were very much like the guys that didn't fit in. They were the ones that raped women. They would do things like sneak into someone else's hut to grab the girl. But if they got caught, I think that it was painful for them. Whereas the other young men, what they would do is sneak out at night and wait under a coconut tree and wait for the girl to come. That one was probably better. I should reread that book. One day, probably with my kids. Tell them, read this. It's another culture. Alright. What should I talk to you about now? Oh, here's another one. Helping with homework. Training, network, technical assistance. This is from the partnership, from the Florida Partnership for Family Involvement in Education. Helping with homework. At times, helping your child with homework is the last thing you feel like doing, but it is one of the most important jobs you have. So what can you do? Well, first of all, I want to homeschool my children so that I can teach them what I want to teach them. And one day I will make it. The homework that I do help, I help one of them with the homework. The only reason I do it is because I have more patience than the other one. The only time I don't help is when it's an artistic project, and that's when the spouse loves it She loves doing the artistic projects. And I don't, because yes, an artist that puts a mural on a wall can earn money. However, all those drug dealers out there, like the ones that are 8 to 20 years old, 30 years old, is because when they went to school, they didn't learn electricity, they didn't learn about carpentry, they didn't learn about mechanics, they didn't learn about cooking, they didn't learn about raising sheep. They didn't learn money skills. So we say, or someone might say, yeah, but they chose the bad path. But they didn't have a choice, really. Now, this is probably debatable. Terrible education, terrible parents, lack of parents probably, terrible environment that they live in. So there's this saying about it takes a village to raise a child. And what kind of a life will that child have if you don't teach them how to survive in the world, how to build houses or build anything in carpentry or fix cars or something? One of the most confident persons I've met, a relative, but he got it from the military. The other one got it from his money skills. He's a mechanic, airplane mechanic. And he's a steady Eddy type of person. He's at the same company. A steady Eddy does not change jobs every day. Police officers are steady Eddy, right? Who else? Well, doctors could be steady Eddy also. However, they're also the boss, so they have other perks. But a steady Eddy would be, let's say that you work at the water company. Or like our neighbor, don't mention her name. She worked at, yeah, one of our neighbors. Yeah, that one. No, the older neighbor, 70 years old. She speaks real loud. Yeah, now you know? Alright, I'll tell you after I make this video. But the thing is, she worked for 15 to 20 years in one company. One of her sons retired from the military. He was there 20 years. But now she told me that you have to be there 30 years in order to retire. Sir, are you missing anything? Thank you, sir. Follow the rules of etiquette. Alright, so yeah, that's the reason I help out with homework, only because other people are not as patient as I am. Or creative, like in explaining something. But it's 3 years ahead, so. Yes, you. Make a schedule and stick to it. Establish a routine. 4 things. Make a schedule and stick to it. Now, I don't use a schedule. I mean, basically my schedule is, I'll do it, but there's no, like, get it done by tomorrow or anything. The only time I get manic that I start something and finish it would be with dealing with when I move. Like when I moved from that room to here, I moved all my stuff the same day. I didn't stop. But other than that, I stay in a tranquil, peaceful relaxing state of mind, and I do it I accomplish it. Well, I could do it in the living room, but that upsets everybody else, because apparently when the spouse gets home, they don't want to see their husband lying in bed in the living room all day. Oh, hello. After that spouse has been working in the hot cafeteria. But you know, she tells me that she doesn't have others get hot, but she feels it's fine. It's not that hot. So I know it would be hot for me. Alright, decide with your child the best time and place for doing homework. It's in this garage. There's no other place. You may think the best time is right after school, but your child may want to break first and do homework after dinner.
Yeah, that's what I did.
How about that? They know about you here. So do homework at the same time every day. Well, you know why I bothered your teacher to give you the homework like on Fridays?
She doesn't.
I'm going to have to email her about it. But you know why I did it? Because she started bothering us about make the homework on Monday and then turn it in on Tuesday, and then make it on Tuesday and turn it in on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday the same thing. And I didn't like that, because I like the way the other teachers had done it. Just turn it all in on Friday, and then you could do the 5 pages of homework all at one time in one sitting, or in 10 sittings, but you have freedom. But I said, well, she's gonna be nitpicky like that. Well, then let me get her to give you the homework ahead of time. Sir, the only thing is, what would it be? You see that window? Yeah, but all right. Just be careful with that. Don't point it at that window. All right. Do homework at the same time every day. If your child is involved in after-school activities, homework comes first. Bull. Come here, my dog. You know what bull means? I'm not saying the second part of it. Homework comes first. Bull. Since coaches sometimes change practice schedule from week to week, plan ahead to complete homework assignments. Well, yeah, I plan ahead. Taught you multiplication since you were about 4 years old. Well, I just started singing. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Set up a study area. And here we got 2, 4, 5. Do homework in the same place every day. Find a place with proper lighting where your child is comfortable. A desk or table, even the kitchen table, can be used before or after dinner. But our kitchen table is so full of stuff that I took the spouse's laundry table and I popped it here in the garage. And normally she would have taken it back, but she knows that I do the homework here, so I got to keep it. I just put all of the cans of laundry soap on top of the laundry machine, and she was like, "Ah!" So I do bother people. Yes, I know I bother people, but they bother me too, you know. Help your child make a homework sign such as Genius at Work, Creative Mind Center, or Learning Place. Now, if I put one of these signs up, I get labeled mentally disturbed or insane.
I've heard of it, so.
Where does that go?
Let me put it there.
No, I'm talking about don't touch the trigger.
What?
Alright? I didn't buy that thing, by the way.
You did just buy the last one?
What?
You did the last one?
Yeah, but the one I bought didn't work, so...
I couldn't do this.
I know, I couldn't do it either.
What?
I know.
That's made fun. This is way easier.
I'm glad you like it.
Sure.
You're going to be better than I am. Help your child make a homework sign, such as genius at work. So I did make signs. I put Dr. So-and-so, Dr. So-and-so for each one of them. And I even made myself Dr. Daniel here. Post a sign when it is homework time. Add some personal items such as plants, pictures, or other things your child likes. Alright. Take care. Make it a beautiful day.